there is a perspective that the wounds that you have, that is the best way that I can explain it. The perspective that you have, you see it from the wounds that you carry. And I can say that from my experience, that is mostly from your mother wounds, like the wounds that you have, or even the wound that you have from your mother. And just working on that, it can really shift your energy. It is like one of the highest shift that you can have in your twin flame journey will come from working on those kind of wounds or wound. I don't know if there are many or it is one, because I am talking from a personal experience. And I believe also from a place where I have really like channeled that kind of understanding. The mother wound really plays a big role on your perspective, on your 3D world. So when you are able to come to that point where you realize what that core wound is, everything can just shift. But you don't come to that place just like that, because on a twin flame journey or in your spiritual journey, you work things on layers and layers and layers. And I have seen it is not you who say what you are working on. It is things, because Source or God knows the order of, or the best way that the best way that you can work on things, or things that should be worked on, or on your spiritual journey. Source knows that, or soul. So it is, things come up. When things come up, you work on that. You work on that. So it is not you who is deciding now you are working on this. It is what is coming up at that moment. You should be ready to work on that, whatever is being revealed, because it is like in layers, in layers. It is like layers. It is like peeling. It is like an onion. You are going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper in layers. But you don't know what will be coming up next, on the surface. You cannot know. I don't know, probably you can know. I am talking from my experience. I am not saying this is the absolute truth, but the way I have things being revealed to me, that is the way it works. You are not like choosing that you are working on this thing. It is what is there at that moment. You work on it. So you are accepting every moment the way it is. If it is something that is coming up, I don't know, because different things can come up on your spiritual journey. Probably there will be a trigger on your physical body, on the, then work on that. If it becomes a trigger on your family relationships, you work on that. But every time you'll be presented with a trigger or with something, it is not like you will have a free day or a holiday, or you will have like a pause on your spiritual journey. It is a continuous journey, but sometimes the intensity is too much and sometimes it is less. So whatever comes up, you work on it. And the deeper you are working, at one point you'll start realizing that you are working now on your core wounds, and at a time you will see that you are really working on those like mother wounds, and that is mostly the wound that is controlling your whole reality. So when you come to that point, you will know when you come to that point. But those things, they will be worked on. So that's why I say I cannot say that there is really a specific way of working on a twin flame journey. They are just general ways that you follow. Like, for example, if you are meditating, if you are taking time alone, if you are just intentionally taking time on your own, maybe journaling, maybe just meditating, slowing down in your life, you will allow those things to come into the service. Like, you have to be intentional. If you are in a spiritual journey, your life cannot be hectic. It cannot be, because you have to create that space. You can't. It somehow, some way, souls will create for you an opportunity to slow down your life, and it is up to you now to take that choice, to choose that, to slow down your life, to now slow down. If you have been working on a job where you are working every day, 8 hours, 9 hours, I don't know how many hours, you will find that you will start being called, like, to slow your life. Like, you'll have options which were never there before, or which you did not see before, because you cannot concentrate on a spiritual journey when you are in that kind of a hectic. That is something I never understood. But you will be created with opportunities and opportunities. And the more you are resisting, the more you'll find that it is becoming harder and harder for you in the 3D. So the easier that you allow, you surrender to the journey, it is the better for you. It is the easier that your spiritual journey will be. If you have seen people who are in spiritual journeys, do you see that they are living like a slow life? You have to accept it. It is part of, because you were not created like to be hectic. You have to surrender to spirit. You have to surrender to spirit. You have to give yourself time, because you will need time to work on your soul, on your spirit, on your body, and that takes like mostly maybe half of your day. To say the truth, of your waking day, probably you need half of your day just on yourself. So if you have a 10-hour job, how can you fit that? Plus, you'll realize when you're in a spiritual journey, you'll need more rest, like sleep. I am telling you, you'll have to accept that at some point. You'll have to accept that. You'll just have to align your life with your spiritual journey. You will have to align your life at some point with your spiritual journey. Maybe right now you cannot see it as if it is possible, but if you just intentionally take your time every day to meditate, to go into your body, like to do some kind of yoga, some kind of exercise, to slow down even your body, like to support it, to eat healthy, you will find you'll start seeing things differently. You have to take your spiritual journey like your purpose, your priority. I have said it is your priority. To nourish your body, your spirit, your soul, to rest. You'll need good rest, sleep. You'll need to do something for your body. a yoga, a training, walking, something. You'll need something physical for your body. You'll need to nourish your body the best way that you can, like to support yourself, your immune system, to your energy levels, like physically. You have to be there for yourself. And this journey will teach you that, to put yourself first. And if you are just doing those simple things like that, already you'll not be in mostly you'll shift even your energy from addiction. It is easier even from that state to shift your energy from addiction energy to another kind of energy now, where you are focused on yourself. Drink enough liquids, water. Just check on yourself. Rest. Take some time out in the nature. Do something for you. Just self-care. Already, if you start focusing on that, you can already see that even you will come, your addictive energy will be like cooling down. You have to soothe your system. So that is what I wanted to say. And yeah, so we see you in the next videos.